So what is your name and what is your position here?
David Jackson, and I am the resource manager here at Paintsville Lake for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
What does your job entail?
I manage all the facets of flood control activities here, the recreation program here, the environmental stewardship program here at the lake.
When was Paintsville Lake created?
Uh, the construction, I believe, began in 1976 and was completed in 1980. The impoundment of the lake started in September of '83, and I believe it rose to its current and present level in December of '84.
So why was the lake created other than flooding?
Flood
Just to
control,
help?
that is the main purpose of the Army Corps of Engineers Lake.
How high does the lake go? Like how deep?
The lake, at the deepest point, it's 105 feet deep. Average depth of 38 feet. And during times of high water, it can get as high, and I've got those figures here. Let me get those things out and I'll show them to you. In March of 2021, the lake level went to 725.72. Okay, at normal summer pool, the lake is between 709 and 710. So at 710, when you start rising above 710, then we start releasing water if the river will take that amount of water. For March of 21, it went from 710 to 725.72, which was about 5.28 feet of going through the emergency spillway.
Oh.
At Paintsville, at Paintsville, the river will flood at 35 feet. Okay, at 29 feet, from mid-April through November, we will control this lake if the river hits 20 feet. When the river at Paintsville comes up to 20 feet, then we will start shutting our lake off, because we know that it's going to soon reach flood stage in Paintsville, so we will shut it off. Now, and that's mainly at 20 feet because of the crops. During the summertime, spring, summer, you have gardens and all that. During the wintertime, from December through mid-April, there is no crops, so we will let the water come up in the river to 29 feet. When the river hits 29 feet, then we start shutting our lake down to its normal minimum flow in order to keep the town from Paintsville from flooding.
How do you shut it down?
We have hydraulic gates inside the intake structure that sits at the end of the dam over here.
How many people does it take to do that? Just a switch, or it's got to take a few people?
Just a press of a button.
And we spread throughout like several counties, right?
Paintsville Lake is in Johnson County and Morgan County.
So you work with Morgan County?
I do.
People?
Yes.
Working with it?
Yes.
And they have something on their end to control the water as well?
They have Cave Run Lake in Morgan County. Johnson County, primarily the tailwaters, the headwaters of Paintsville Lake is located in Morgan County. So we have to, under flood control conditions, we also have to watch about what we're doing to those folks up there. If we're holding too long, if we hold back water too long behind the dam, then those folks up there can get flooded. So it's a balancing act between Morgan and Johnson counties. We try to control what comes out of this lake that would put too much water into Paint Creek, which runs into the Leviza Fork of the Big Sandy. And then that runs into the Ohio River downstream. So you have Fish Trap Lake, you have Dewey Lake, you have Paintsville Lake, you have Grayson Lake, you have Yatesville Lake, and all these lakes push water out into the Ohio River. So if the Ohio River starts to flood, our folks in the Huntington District Office will call us and say, hey, you all need to shut off the water because we're getting too much downstream.
So it's a whole group effort.
It's a whole group
to control
effort.
all
Yes,
that.
It is. when you look at these lakes, they are here to help prevent flooding. They can't stop flooding, but we can help prevent flooding. And basically, to just kind of summarize, when the Leviza Fork at Paintsville reaches 29 feet, we will start shutting off our lakes in the wintertime. When in the summertime it reaches 20 feet, we'll start shutting down our lakes so we're not flooding those folks out during times of high water. And it's just a group effort to maintain these lakes as they are. We partner with Department of Parks, Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife. We partner with our county fiscal courts to provide recreational opportunities for the public. And I think we do a fairly good job.